everyone, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and it must be Monday because that's when I do my Margarete Millers. And so if you're seeing this as I'm airing it, then it is a Monday. And we are on week 19 of the Margarete Miller Challenge. And today we need a hand or hands, 2 postage stamps, a single word that inspires you, a mountain or hill, a piece from a calendar or a planner, and a pattern with circles or dots. So we'll just go ahead and get started because I already have my background, which is the mountains. So that's this is the mountain, and this is from a travel book. Let me pull you out just a little bit. Travel book from Highlands, North Carolina. So that is my mountain, and that's going to be my background. As you know, I oftentimes have my background applied before I come online because you don't need to see me glue down a background. So we have our background. Next, I lost one of my stamps. Oh, here it is. We have the 2 stamps right here. We have a piece of calendar right here. Guess why I chose May? You can probably guess. And I have my hand. So let's get started. This is pretty simple. Again, working on a circle, you can't be too large or too detailed. There's just not enough room. So I have my background is the mountains, and I want to put this as my hand. I want you to still be able to see the background. So we hope that works. Hope I can make that work like it should. So I still want you to see some of the mountains, but I want the hand to go off the edge, but I still want you to see some of the cuff. So that is where some of my dilemma comes in. So maybe about like that. Okay, and I have already, I'll show you, I have already cut around this thumb here because I am going to slip calendar piece right under here, and I'm not going to put it straight on top of this green piece that was already in the hand. And then I am going to slip in my 2 stamps is also going to be held in this person's fingers, just like this. So we're just going to have all the other pieces except for one, the word and the dots. They're not going to be in the hand. But all these things are going to be in this hand. So let's see if I can get this in a way. I forgot how I had it when I was putting it all together. Maybe it was more like this. And that works. That'll work okay. So I'll get my glue. I got to raise it up just a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces in the hand down so that I don't have to worry about whether they're going to be in the right place or not. So we're just going to do these stamps down. Do the calendar. And do this calendar. Get it down. Just like that. And then we can put it on here. And I'm going to do it about like that. Yeah, about like that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put this down here also. This is a little, just a little note, like a note post-it note for this hand is. It's kind of like a post-it note. I don't know where they came from. I have had this. I've got one other one. I've had this for literally forever because I scrapbooked for many, 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 many years. And I have many scrapbooks to show for it. And so it was in my scrapbooking stuff. So I don't know. I don't remember where it came from. I've had it for a long time. But it worked out perfectly for this because I really do like the fact, and I put a lot of glue on here that I didn't need. Let's wipe that off. I like the fact that I could cut up around the thumb and put all of those things in the hand. I just think that's a neat little way to do that. I couldn't make it, I couldn't figure it out any other way. So when I found that hand, I went, okay, that is the answer to my problem. Because it was just looking, I just wasn't looking like it needed to when I was just placing the things on there. You know, like, I like order in my chaos. So I didn't like, my OCD brain just wouldn't let me just randomly put them down. They have to be connected in some way. So that was a good way to connect. Now we're just going to cut around this. Like this. And around this. Let me wipe that off. I don't like glue off the excess. I get that all over my scissors, and it's just not good for my scissors, and I have to go wash them. You know how it is. It's called crafting, right? Okie doke. There we go. Now, we've got that down. Now, we need a single word that inspires you. I have a couple, and I'm not sure which one I want to do. Let me put my glue top back on. And then we need a pattern with circles or dots. So to do that, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to put this whole piece down. I could have. I didn't think about that. I could have, but I don't want to. I'm going to do, I'm going to use this as a stencil, and I'm going to do texture paste through it, I believe. So I have the word love, which could have also gone in his finger. Still could, because I hadn't glued his finger down yet. I'm going to cut. I don't know if I'm going to use this one or not, but we'll see. And I can just kind of stick this right here too, if I wanted. I could also put it down here. Well, I can't pick it up now. I could put it down here. I don't know. I may not put a word because I'm doing everything else. So, also have discover, which is another word that I like and can be inspired by. And then I also have, this is multiple words, but it has a word, and that is nature's sketchbook. I actually like that because and so nature would be my word that inspires, because I enjoy nature. I could just cut out nature and put it right down here. I'm going to do the texture paste first. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It can be drying, hopefully. Let's see, I want opaque texture paste right here. I am going to use, this is Tim Holtz. Oh, wait, I don't want crackle paste. That's not what I want. I just want regular old texture paste, which, forgot about getting this out. So where is my texture paste? Is this it? No. Oh, goodness. I have something here, I know. Oh, here it is. Here it is, here it is. This is just an inexpensive texture paste from Walmart some good time back, pretty good while back. And I am going to open this up and squeeze out some. Put this on my little book page here that I'm using for, and I'm not gonna, this is not gonna be solidly done. I just wanted to have a few dots so that I can say I did that prompt. So we're gonna put a little bit of, I hope we're gonna put a little bit of texture paste right over here. It's hard to come out. Okay. There we go. A little bit of texture paste right there. I'm going to use this as my stencil. I love this. This is the drywall tape. I love this stuff. I use it a lot for different things. Let me find a palette here somewhere. Oh, they're probably back here. Yeah. Let's have a little palette knife right here. So let me get it this way because I'm right-handed. So we need to have this over here. So I am going to do it down here, I think. So I'll just get a little texture paste and texture over my little makeshift stencil here. Just down here at the bottom. Just like that. And we can lift that up. And we have a dotted pattern. That's how easy it is to use that as a stencil. This one kind of has a peak on it. Yep, I like that. I'm going to take this little bit off right there. Don't want that little piece. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Okay. Lay this aside. Get all the pieces off of it. Okay, so now that's our piece. And then I think, let's see, I need to see if I can make this do with my circle here, because I want it to go right along the edge. And I can, but I just don't know. I have to be careful not to not to touch the, so I guess I could just put it across there. What do you guys think? I think it needs to be torn or something. I don't know if I can. It's cut so tight. I don't know if I can tear it across here. And it's heavy cardstock. I think I'd like this better if it wasn't. If it wasn't straight. And now I have, this helps me out when I have deckled edge, these little deckled edge scissors. It kind of helps out when I am so close to the edge that I have a hard time tearing it. And with something this thick, this might be the way to go. And that gives me a nice deckled edge. So let me do that on this side and see, I can do it really close. Can you see me? I don't know if you could see me. I'm having to have it close enough to me so I can see. So I apologize. think I might like it this way better. Yeah, I think so. And then I'm going to ink the edge of this here. So nature is the word that inspires, but I needed this whole thing on it. So I'm doing that. And see, the only thing is I'm going to be covering up my mountains. I'm going to be covering up my mountains. Like that. Can barely see the mountains in the background. You can see the mountains, right? You can see the line of them right there. And then that's a hill. And that's a hill. And that's trees. But I believe that's a hill, and then this is mountains in the background. Do you think that's going to work out okay? Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So, we'll just do it that way. Put this glue on this and get it down, and then I'm done, I think. Okay, I'm gonna smooth this out because it's gonna squish out everywhere. So let me get this on here. I'm moving it. I'm gonna try to do it in camera, but I can't see it. So it makes it a little hard. There as far as I can. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna cut that off. There we go. Get the trash out of the way. And let's look at what we have. Yeah, now I need to put my glue. Well, first let's make sure, because I think I didn't get that glued down all the way right there. So this needs a little bit on it. There we go. So, nothing new to tell you here. We're all finally well from whatever it was we had. My husband went to the doctor this past week, and he was telling him about what we had, and the doctor said there was a new strain of flu, and it sounded like that's what we had. It's a flu with no aches and pains, no respiratory problems, just coughing with producing nothing and no fever. He said he thought that may be what we had. So I'm glad it wasn't any worse than it was. We're all better now, though. We're getting ready to go on another trip. Actually, let's see, by the time you see this, we may already have gone and come and gone. I don't remember when this one's airing. I think ooh, that's dry. Thank goodness that's dry. Touched it. Okay, I think I like that. Let's get I'm gonna raise you up a little bit. And let me get my sandpaper here. And just kind of smooth up this edge like I do. This time we're going to Pigeon Forge, or we've been to Pigeon Forge. I'm filming early, as usual. And so as of the videoing of this video, I haven't been yet. By the time you see this video, I would have already gone and come back, because, well, I wouldn't be here to make this if I waited. So let's edge this just a little bit, just with the frayed burlap with what is already on the sponge, and that is my collage for this week. Let's bring in just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. That was too much, wasn't it? Okay, so let's go over the prompts and see what we got. So we needed a hand or hands, so I'm using one hand. And this hand is holding 2 postage stamps. And it is holding the calendar piece and it was one cardboard calendar. One side it had January through June, the other side had July through December. So I just cut it up, and I used the month of May because, well, we're in the month of May. Then a single word that inspires. Well, my single word is nature, without the S. But this piece says Nature's Sketchbook. And I thought that was quite appropriate for this because these both have plants on them, and then we have this beautiful mountainous background. So that is the mountain, or the hills is in the background. The piece of calendar, and then a pattern with circles or dots is my stenciled little bit down here at the bottom with texture paste. So that is my collage for this week. This one was hard to do in that it was hard to find the mountains that made sense to me and that I could actually figure out something that made sense, and or made, I just didn't want to, I couldn't find it. I didn't want to look through all. I have hundreds of stamps, and I just didn't want to try to look through to see if I had a stamp with mountains on it. So it took me a while to find a background that would work, that you could see the mountains and still get this hand on here. So that took a little while, but I found it. I like it, and so once I found it, this came together nicely. So I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites, I think. So that is what I have for you today. Again, I hope you have a good week. And I appreciate you coming along. If you've just found me, thank you for stopping by. Welcome. And if you've been with me, thank you for coming back. And if you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button, and you will get further videos from me. And I appreciate you watching. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye.